Don't do
1990. Each week, more poetry venues bloom in Melbourne's fertile culture. Worldwide, poetry is emerging as a popular and modernised art form. New venues come and go to reap the creative vibe. Some are in for the long haul. The Rochester Castle in Fitzroy, Saturday afternoon's top of the week reading. The Art House in North Melbourne. In 15 years, poets' venues have flowered from none to be available in Melbourne 6 of every 7 days a week.
the lights turn orange.
You're listening to Melbourne's Community Radio, 837 3CR.
Poet Fiona Stewart was recording poets' programs at 3CR, and all the poets' venues were getting maximum community radio exposure. Poet Lisa Belair was a guest. This photo of Lisa in 1990 by Crusader Hillis was taken as Lisa was live on Not Another Curie program. As the last decade of the century begins, La Mama Poetica has established as the leading poetry showcase in Australia. Beside the established venues, occasional readings pop up around Melbourne in mostly creative spaces. Tireless Tom, napping. Osmuse, first issue, October 1990, produced in Sydney and nationwide. Editor, publisher, David Kelly. Osmuse is an attempt to provide a guide to the emerging performance poetry venues servicing the blossoming of poets nationwide. Osmuse, a worthy and ambitious venture financed and handmade by David Kelly. Australian poets' venues have flowered. The Osmuse Gig Guide is packed with poetry events throughout the country. The following are poetry events in every state of Australia from October 1990.
They talk and listen to the night.
Side by side.
They keep their fires alight.
They listen to the night.
They keep their fires burning bright. They light their fires through the night.
Side by side.
The light is bright
They watch the fires
at the fireside.
burning bright.
So light,
They talk into the night.
so bright. In the night,
At the fireside.
their fires are alight.
Side by side.
The fires burning bright, shedding light into the night.
They listen.
They stand at the fireside.
Side by side.
They burn their fires in the night.
They burn the fires.
They sleep at the fireside,
They light the light.
side by side.
They talk.
1991 saw the emergence of terrific new venues. Competition for the Saturday afternoon time slot is very hot. The Rochester readings are now in direct competition with the new Perseverance poets down the road, looking to win the top of the week's venue prize.
Acacia, a folk acoustical group from Melbourne, singing It'll Be Alright in the Long Run. You look out your window, it's a cold grey dawn, 7 o'clock on a Monday morning. Pour a cup of coffee, better make it a throne. Weatherman on the radio says it's gonna rain and it's gonna blow, but it'll be alright, it'll be alright, it'll be alright in the long run. Australia marched out of Vietnam, out on the streets against Uncle Sam, and we won the fight. It was a long one. Uranium demo the other day, one of my mates got dragged away, and as he slammed the door, I heard.
By March 1991, the Perseverance poets had established on Saturday Arvo with a 4-month program of paid featured poets.
We won the fight. It was a long one. Uranium demo the other day, one of my mates got dragged away, and as he slammed the door, I heard her say, it'll be alright in the long run. An Italian bloke who works with me, we swap laughs and company. He slapped me on the back and said, you're wrong.
Over the years, we've seen these one-man band poetry magazines come and go. Publishing every month since October 1990, David Kelly's Oz Muse is full of information and enthusiasm, but can it last? Bursting into the new year full of confidence, Ozmuse's ambition to be an up-to-date, in-touch national poets magazine seems to be happening. It's everywhere. Time and money. David Kelly put his heart and soul into Ozmuse, but he ran out of money. When you run out of money, you run out of energy. We poets have much to be grateful for David Kelly. Ozmuse helped create a national sense of community among Australian poets.
Bring in all these weary soldiers, let them kick through the last of these autumn leaves. The rooms here are warm and dark for sleep, the water hot and endless. Bring in all these weary soldiers, let them hear a story close to somewhere they could call a home. Walk in sunlight, barefoot to the sand. May they hum a tune to the placid waves, to the placid waves.
And in the cells in Goulburn, on mattresses thin as two talios, it was cold, brother. So damn cold there was ice, paperback thick, shining on the walls and wet as old nappies. And cold, brother. So cold. And second only to that, a boys' home in Ballarat. I was 13 or 14 or somewhere near, and these cheerful young buggers who've got nowhere to go and no one to go with, unkillable their infant joy, their poor clothes hand-me-downs from a dream place just over Oliver's Hill. Some are now dead, but others rejoice in their orphanhood. So come, let us gather we orphans and three. Let's rejoice in our orphancy.
With the Perseverance Poets closing mid-1993, the Saturday afternoon venue time slot was simply there for the taking. The Dan Poets at the Dan O'Connell Hotel, 10 years old. The top of the week gig, the best features and the best open mic in the country. And all due to that great character, Grant McCracken, the immensely talented and much loved poet, artist and legendary Melbourne character. Cheers, mate.
I couldn't buy the essential in her best friends, riding waves of cool silence on which nothing depends. With a sparkly laugh, she could be so great. The stand up till a taunt just dissipates.
Adelaide mainly fine 18, Brisbane fine 29.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
By March 1996, there seemed to be more venues than poets. 4 venues each Saturday, 2 each Sunday, Monday, Thursday, 1 Tuesday, 1 Friday. Wednesday was a night for rest, I suppose. Competition was ripe between the venues, but those offering a paid feature were attracting the crowd. There was no shortage of publicity outlets. Right On, the classy newsletter from the Victorian Writers' Centre, offered workshops and reading opportunities for poets not usually around the open mic venues. In Sydney, David Kelly was busy again, editing 5 bells for the Poets' Union. By the end of 1996, the leading poets' venues in Melbourne were the monthly La Mama Poetica and the weekly Saturday Arvo, Dan O'Connell.
No need for shaving or bed making. I've got a $50 a week room in this Southern Mallee hotel. Between wheat fields, canola flowers and crop duster plains, these places never contemplate a harbour's swanky lights. The publicans know me as a once promising athlete, an avid coin collector, an after-6 drinking man. I spend my days taking photos of abandoned railways and cat-ridden mansions. My feet have long forgotten the pleasures of moist sand. These towns, they can run so thick and teary, turning me overnight to liquor and blurred vision. But still I take long showers no matter how hard the drought, and scrub up for big nights that just never come around. Drunk in youth, I'd wake on the Oval some Sundays and watch these astonishing girls in their white ballroom dresses, their fathers painters and potters. What chance did I have? So now in the mornings my back aches from the lumpy bed, and I talk to dining room strangers over sausages, tomatoes and eggs, mostly about those angels of Warrandyte, their conservatorium fortunes, how they crawl across too many broken skies.
Once again, we are entering the second half of tonight's program. Brett Carney Ingram Brett has published a collection of poetry called Now It's Over in 1996, and he has come up on the bus with the half a dozen, 20 or so other Melbourne poets, and has formed an integral part of the contingent from elsewhere. Would you please welcome Brett Carney Ingram.
I'll start off with some stuff I've been working on, so this one hasn't even got a title, so it's started. She is smiling for the moment, the question. I'm the biggest star since Gable, he says.
Dear Diary, 1934. When I meet God, I will kill him. With Bible and knife, I will cry for his life in words even he won't be willing to fight. I will kill him, but first I will force him to crawl through the valleys and shadows scored over my soul. I will teach him the scriptures from inside of me. I will preach till he prays for verses of mercy. He will lay himself down in an unholy heap, his hands round my ankles, his head on my feet. I will kill him, and as the fires and storms start, I will damn him and doom him for culling my heart. Dear Lord, don't forgive, for I know what I do, and as you forsook me, so now I forsake you.
I suppose I'm most grateful to the Poets Union for organising this event, and indeed I was one of the earlier members of the Poets Union, and I'm incredibly pleased that it has continued so vigorously, because I think its part in Australian poetry is really very important.
At Dionysius intros David Kelly to launch Ian McBride's latest poetry collection, Flank.
This is called Like Ivy. Like ivy, I am creeping green and insidious. Someone that I genuinely think is a very good poet to come up and share his work with you, and if you don't like it, see me outside and I'll correct you. Thank you, Kelly. At least in Melbourne, I'm regarded as a fairly bleak sort of fellow. Yeah. People who know me well know that I have a much better sense of humor than my work might indicate. And I thought tonight I might read just love poetry. First one's called Anima. I await the gems of ritual, the division of beauty. You know where rainbows go, where the coast slows, where the gate of God opens on Babylon. You are my detour, my underpass, with your bent-back atlas, your accordion of maps. I want the forest floor of you, the ground covered, the crouch. I want the wash and swamp of you, the wet black leaves, the spider in flight, the damp cave, the tunnel, the reptiles slide. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Victoria, and look, believe me, your words are really heard and appreciated. I'm very pleased and honoured to be able to launch this CD for a really talented chap, Kieran Carroll. Anyway, that's why I met Kieran Carroll. That's why I met Kieran. Kieran is a natural performer. Has quite a literate background. As a matter of fact, the Beautiful Few, the very first band I saw Kieran with, the name, the Beautiful Few, comes from Vachar Lindsay, a performance poet in the United States in the early 1920s. here in Para. He woke to find his ex-wife's arm dangling from the ceiling. He woke to find an axe at the foot of his bed. He woke to find the walls moving, the faces of thieves smothering him. He woke to find his shadow shaving. He woke to find a litter of kittens smoking in the shower. He woke to find his bed floating in murky water. He woke to find a blind man over him screaming with hammer and nail. He woke to find he could not remember his own name. His own name. He woke to find himself so cold, yet it had not blind for warmth. He woke to find his fingers separated from his body. He woke to find a beer for my fellow man. I couldn't buy a beer for my fellow man. Thank you.
Bad love poems. Without judgment. On your beautiful nose, an icing sugar dusting of cocaine. Your grace, your greed, familiar as a mirror. We've only just met, and yet our love is like two trees embracing the same seasons in the secret rings of our trunks, in the gestures of our branches, the same storms. That's the drugs talking. Divorce. It's a cheery little book, this one. Suddenly, I'm sitting with my old things in a new room. It's a reality quake, and I'm God, alone and marvelling at my works. I'm in a neat, clean flat. I've eaten a good meal prepared by me. Holiday on the deck, Hitchcock on the screen. I've rolled a meticulous joint and smoked it. My hair is washed, my legs are shaved, eyes shadowed, teeth flossed. Here I am. It's either pathetic or I've got it together, depending on what I think. But that's the last thing I want to do. And now, well, I feel like a man brought the language in the language of singular intention. Keep yourself short, holding keys to my needs. More like an alley cat than possum in the trees. Stalking the shopping malls for strokes of my ego. Greetings, sir, God, his new old order. With a clock in his head. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock.
Wait, it rings.
Okay, this poem is called New. I remember when I was 15, we came off the plane, left Europe behind us to walk into a dark flat and musty air on Milton Street, Elwood. It was July, Sunday, drunks were out freezing their hands for spare change I didn't have, nor the skill to understand them. I walked on thinking Australians are crazy. I took a wrong turn somewhere, down Tennyson, ended on Broadway, striding the streets in search of Milton, gasping cold air and visions of fairy tale houses. It took Father and his family 2 hours to find me, a walking mute, lost on his first day in Australia. Sometimes I go back there in winter, close my eyes and ears, take a wrong turn somewhere, and I feel so very new.
Chris Yurovich. When I first heard Chris Yurovich, it was Chris Yurovich. That's what I said his name was. Sorry, my initials are VD.
Than anyone for the Australian Poetry Festival being the size that it is. His untiring work behind the scenes in Melbourne secured the grant which allowed so many poets to come to Victoria. Well done to him. He has a big vision of a big Australian Poetry Festival which now seems more possible than ever. Organisers such as Ken often end up putting their own creative work on hold for the benefit of others. Would you please welcome one of the visionaries and givers of Australian poetry, Ken Smeaton.
Thank you very much, Angela. Thank you for the World's Have Ears.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you. Thank you very much to the ABC. This is quite a startling thing where such an august communications body takes an interest in poets. We have been fighting for certain endorsements and recognition for years. The talent's certainly there. I'll start with kind of a reflection on how it's been, and let's hope this is going to change for writers. Consumer society. This court finds the accused guilty of pursuing a non-income occupation. In this case, the prescribed act is non-profit writing. But you fought to unfuck your life. You fought for yourself to unfuck, to start again. You had to learn. You had to achieve, and you did. You have fought back and won. Your heart is in the right place. Your head is in good shape. Your health is better than it has ever been. You have friends who love you, who go out on a limb for you. You do your best. You are the best. The challenge is better, harder. You're wide awake. You're beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. What a great word, unfuck. Ken, I think it's fitting that the ABC sponsor this festival and also share your vision for a bigger festival in the future. Clearly there's enormous talent in this room, and I hope that we see or hear some of you on the ABC in the future. So thank you all, and my thanks to David Kelly from the Poets Union for his help to me today. And a reminder that the Walls Have Ears is on the first Thursday of each month, and I'm sure Victoria would love to see you here. You've been a good audience. Maybe you'll be on stage here yourself if you're not in the audience. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you, That's a wrap for the night. The festival goes on until Tuesday, September the 1st, which is National Poetry Day. And there's a gig on Tuesday, September the 1st at the Friend in Hand Hotel. I think it's a bit of a slam, so anyone can get involved with that. There's also readings tomorrow at Glee Books and lots of other things as per the program.
2, 3, on 2, 3. Win 1, 2, 3, on 2, 3.